Hello and welcome to Startup Hack. Today we are going to discuss about creating custom C# exception type. Let's talk about building custom exceptions in C# code and why do you want to do that. We will cover the traditional way as well as a newer way you might want to do this using required keyword in C#11. Exception management in .NET is quite versatile by default with try, catch, throw capabilities and diverse set of built-in exceptions. Sure, people tend to make some common mistakes in exception management, but these are easily learned with proper mentoring. But sometimes the existing exception aren't enough. Sometimes you want to create your own custom C# exception. Some reasons you might want to create a custom exception in C#. No built-in exception adequately matches your situation. You need to track custom properties on an exception object. You want to make sure no existing catch block catches your exception accidentally. In these cases, you would want to create your own C# exception. So let's get started. So today's agenda is number 1, creating a custom C# exception using constructors. Number 2, creating a custom C# exception with C#11. So let's dig in. Do you want to earn $100,000 a year? Do you want to become a software developer within just 3 months? With our amazing course and awesome tutors, you never have to worry about getting stuck. We help students to learn skills that companies want to hire. We are Startup Hack. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. So let's get started. Alright, let's move towards the first topic, creating a custom C# exception using constructor. Custom C# exception are just classes that happens to inherit from some exception object. Given that, this code is a very simple exception. It is our convention in .NET to end exception names with the word exception. This simple exception could be then thrown within this code. This exception could be then caught by a catch simple exception EX block in a try catch block. However, this exception object is so simple that is not practically helpful. Instead of, let's take a slightly more complex exception. This class is a bit more involved. First of all the overdraft exception inherits from invalid operation exception instead of the base exception. This is an optional step, but it would allow you to catch the overdraft exception in either a catch overdraft exception EX or catch invalid operation exception EX blocks. This also tells us a bit more about the nature or circumstances of exception. Second, overdraft exception has two custom properties that are set in its constructor. This allows us to access additional data in our catch block for logging and or resolving the error. Third, note that overdraft exception has a single constructor that takes in the starting balance and withdraw amount parameters. This constructor then builds a custom message and passes that message onto the invalid operation exception based constructor. This means that the only way to throw the exception is as this. The benefit of this that we now have a very accurate, consistent overdraft message on the exception object. Additionally, the exception will contain the starting balance and withdraw amount properties that can be used in our error handling. This makes it a lot easier to respond your own custom C# exception and get the data you need to handle them. Okay, now the last topic in this video is creating a custom C# exception with C#11. Given how the C# programming language has matured, I wanted to show you a second example using the required keyword and providing a custom constructor entirely. Consider the following custom C# exception written on .NET. This class is considerably more concise and arguably more readable. It uses required and init keywords to declare a pair of properties that must be provided during object initialization, which is as follows. Given the required keyword, these properties cannot be omitted. The class also overrides the message property with its own custom message This allows it to retain the same behavior as the previous version via customizing the message and effectively making it deliver or calculated property. Both of these ways of declaring and throwing custom C# exception work, so you and your team will need to decide which you like better. In many projects, you may not need to use custom C# at all, but when you need them, they can be extremely handy. Personally, I have benefited greatly from custom C# exceptions with a light bit of inheritance. This allowed me to catch exceptions relevant to only my application and know I have the relevant data I needed every time I caught them. Use them or ignore them, custom C# exceptions are one of the many tools available to you and your journey to building quality software in .NET. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned the concept of creating custom C# exception types. So don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for latest update. To joining our course, you can simply go to our website called startuphack.com/start-now. Thank you.